about. So nobody really cares about what you study in university, whether you have a master's, a BSc, a PhD, whether you spent 10 years in the university. Nobody cares.
I lay awake with dreams inside of my mind, in hopes that I can see them. I pray that I can reach.
Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Awunli. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber living in Kyiv, Ukraine. So I film about Ukraine, my life in Ukraine, life as an international student living in Kyiv, Ukraine. So if you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for your love and support. So guys, I'm gonna be filming a video, and this video is about culture shock in Ukraine, because as you all know, I'm Nigerian. So I'm going to tell you things that actually shock me, things that shook me when I came to Kyiv, Ukraine. And so I just have a list of some of them here. So if you see me looking down, just know I'm looking at my book to remember some points that I actually wrote down. So let's just get right into the video. So guys, for me, number one point would definitely be that nobody is your auntie or nobody is your ma here. Nobody. Nobody, guys. I'm gonna say this. I remember when we were doing like a preparatory class, like if you come to Ukraine, you have an option to do a preparatory class to decide maybe you want to study Russian, Ukrainian, or then English for people that are from non-English speaking country, like maybe Cameroon or all these other West African countries where they don't speak English. So you can now decide to speak English. And then I remember that we had this lecturer for our preparatory class. Her name is Oksana. So when I came, I was like always saying, Ma, Mrs. Oksana, and anything she says to me, I will say yes ma or no ma. And then she said to me that I am not ma, I am not old. And this person is like old enough to be like my mom, you understand? So you don't expect me to say Oksana. But here, nobody really cares. You're calling everybody by their first name. Even if this person is old enough to be your great-grandfather, is the first name you're going to call them. And for them, when you saying ma, ma'am, it's like you're rude or you are thinking they are old. For them, it's just rude. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. Nobody cares. Nobody wants your greeting. Just call the person by the first name and it's enough for that person. And then another thing, point two, would be definitely be, I don't know, for people that lived in Lagos or for people that lived in maybe any other state, but I don't know, for me, maybe entering a bus, like all these big motorway buses, if you enter this bus and then you see that like an elderly person is standing, you have to like shift or something for this person to sit down. So when I first came to Ukraine, I was always doing that, like, because now I don't even take the subway anymore. I usually like just drive or just go along with my husband. So I realized that nobody is standing up for you, whether you're old or anything. Like I would always stand up in the subway for an older person to sit down, and everybody's looking at me like, something is wrong with you, something is wrong with you. Like for me, it was just proper like respect or something for you to see an elderly person or an older person like standing up in the subway or standing up, and you just offer the person your seat. This is the way we were trained. Like this is the way I was trained as a young person. But here, nobody really sends you. Standing up, no standing up. For even those elderly people, some of them will say thank you. Some of them will be like, niet, catch you, sit down, show. That's, you should sit down, not to worry, sit down, it's not a problem, sit down. Like they don't even want to feel like old. And for me, I'm like, does it really matter? Like, I don't know. And the number three would be definitely your boss can be questioned. Like if you're in the office and your boss does something you don't like, you can walk up to your boss and say, this thing you did, I didn't like it, or it's not okay for me, or something. But in Nigeria, you can't walk up to your boss and say, this thing you did, I didn't like it. That means you're ready to go home now. You are done with the job for that day. No, you are actually done with the job. But here you can walk up to your boss and say, I didn't like what you did, it's not acceptable to me, it's not okay for me, or something like that. And the boss would be like, I'm sorry. If the person is actually wrong, will apologize to you and say, I'm sorry. But in Nigeria, you are done with that job for you to walk up to your boss and say this or this. And number four would definitely be period. They have this 15 minutes period. It's called break. Like перерыв means break in Russian. So they have this 15 minutes smoke break, whereby maybe in school you're allowed to go outside for 15 minutes to have your smoke break, or in the offices you're allowed to go out for 15 minutes. Even when you work in the bank, in the hospitals, even if you're a student in schools, you have the ability, or you are given the benefits to have 15 minutes break to go outside to smoke for 15 minutes, and then you can return back to lecture. I remember when I was in my preparatory class, we had Russian students with us that are actually learning English and all of that. They would take like 15 minutes break, and I didn't understand why a lecture that is 1 hour, you're giving somebody 15 minutes break. Like, I schooled in Nigeria, Lagos precisely, Yabatek, and I know that you can be in a class for like 2 hours and nobody is standing up. But here, like a lecture that is just 1 hour, just 16 minutes, you still have to have like 15 minutes break for you to go out to go and smoke, or go out to go and do your own personal things for 15 minutes, to go eat if you're exhausted with the class. And another thing that was a shock to me is that you can actually tell your lecturer you are not feeling too good and you want to go home. Like, this is this is very rare to me, because in school, like for me, I'm just gonna be saying basically for me, maybe in other schools like maybe Convenant University or other universities do in Nigeria, maybe private university, they have this luxury. But for me, even when you are sick, like in a government university like Yabatek, you can't even tell your lecturer that I don't feel well, I'm going home. Going where? I'm sure you're done with the course for that year. Like, you're actually done. You graduated. Like, here you can call your lecturer, I'm not coming today, I don't feel well, and they will tell you that you should feel better, that you should not worry, you should stay at home, you should take a break from school. And for me, it's strange. Another thing that is a shock to me is that this vehicle horn, people hardly press their horn here. Nobody's blowing horn and telling you to move away from the road. It was a very big shock to me. Like, if you want somebody to move from the road or something, or if you're in a hurry, all you have to do is like flash your lights to the person and your front light, and the person will just move. For me, it was like a shock here, because in Nigeria, everybody is pressing their horn. Like on traffic, everybody is pressing their horn. But here, all you have to do is just flash the light, and the vehicle in front of you would move, like give way for you to pass. For me, I was like, man, these people, they really are, they obey their traffic rules, they do everything like responsible people. I'm not saying that where I'm coming from, they're not responsible, but in Nigeria, you have to be extra like willing to do that thing for you to actually obey traffic law. Because there's something they always say in Nigeria, that everybody driving is mad. So if you want to be a good driver, especially in Lagos, you have to be mad. So I don't know. For me, it was really strange, like seeing people just move when you flash your lights, and they would just move to the next lane for you to move. It was actually really strange to me. Another thing for me that was really strange, like it was a very big shock for me, is that you don't know your neighbors. Like for me, where I was staying before now, like the apartment I was staying before now, I stayed there for about a year, and I didn't know my next door neighbor. I don't know the person living next to me. So I would even see you on the way, and I don't even know that you are my next door neighbor. And here, everybody is lonely. You can't even knock on your neighbor's door and say you need a direction to where you are going to, or you are lost, or you need them to help you. You just go on Google Map and type wherever you're going to, and Google will show you the location, or the bus to take, or the subway to take, or the taxi. If there's taxi available, you just book Uber. Nobody really, like, everybody's minding their business. You can't just go to your neighbor's door, and even your friends, you can't just even go and surprise them with a visit. You have to call several times to make sure that that person is going to be available at that point in time that you're getting there. Even like government offices, you have to call before going. Not that you just show up. You might even show up and they say today is not a business day, or today is not a working day. You have to, like in Nigeria, for me, I can just, like my friends now, I can just surprise them with a visit and come. But here, you have to respect people's privacy. You can't just show up at their door unexpectedly. Another thing I'm gonna say was a shock for me was that daddies can stay at home with kids while mommies work to fend for the family. I don't know, but where I'm coming from, like, it's really rare for you to see mommies working and daddies at home. Like, You can even just see it like as of maybe noon. You can see daddies like taking a stroll with the baby in the park or something, and their moms are working their butts off at the office. And maybe just a friend, and you just say, where's the mommy of the baby? Or you're very close to it, mom is at work, and the daddy is not working. The daddy is doing mommy's activities. The daddy is cleaning the house, giving the baby the bottle, doing everything that a mom should be doing at home. The daddy is cooking. Like, for them here, it's very, very normal for the woman to go out to work while the daddy stays at home. Another thing I'm going to say that it's a culture shock for me is that in Nigeria, a lot of people wait till they graduate. Like, you have to wait till you're done with university to actually go to get a job. But here, like 16 years, 15 years, they're already working. You'll be so surprised that I walk into an organization that maybe I came to submit my CV, I'm looking for a job application, and the person that is my boss is just an SSC graduate, like somebody that just finished WAEC is my boss. Because this person over time has gotten experience in that field of specialization, and I don't have any experience. So this person, like here, they don't even care whether you're a master's degree, you got BSc, PhD. Nobody cares what you studied in the university. The only thing they care about is if you're able to deliver the job and you're going to deliver it properly. That's the only thing they care about. So nobody really cares about what you study in university, whether you have a master's, a BSc, a PhD, whether you spent 10 years in the university. Nobody cares. Another thing that was a culture shock for me is that couples can go on vacation separately. So I'm just going to take myself for an instance. So for example, I'm tired of my husband, I'm tired of the kids. I could just wake up in the morning and tell my husband that I'm taking a vacation by myself to go spoil myself with a group of friends, and I'll be back in 2 weeks. This was really, really shocking to me, because like, it's rare for a Nigerian woman to say, I'm tired of the home, I'm really exhausted, I need to take a break, I need to take a vacation for myself to go treat myself. I'm traveling out of the country, because I didn't see my mom doing it. And I don't know any of my aunties. I didn't see any of my aunties or any of my uncle's wife doing any of those things. So for me, it's like a culture shock. But if you guys know anything that I've said in this video that it's not a culture shock to you, you can just indicate them in the comment section. And if you're living in Ukraine and there's something that's even a culture shock to you that I didn't explain or I didn't touch on, you can put it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.